everybody! Hope you're having a good time getting ready for Christmas. Well, here we have a refreshing change from a cheerleader Castro. We have a UK auditor. I spy audits. Now it seems this gentleman, as he well knows, in England, in the UK, we have collectible coins. And he tries to pay for petrol with what is classed by the Royal Mint as basically a collectible coin, although it is legal tender, a £20 coin. Now, in UK there's a often misconstrued thinking that a shop or merchant has to take legal tender as it's lawful, and if you do not, it is against the law. This, however, is complete bullshit. A merchant can refuse any type of tender that he deems unfit or deems unsuitable, and he has no obligation under the law to take this. Now, I'm sure this auditor knew this when doing it, because no doubt he had a credit card on him, and he continues to cause shite. Now, the guy has offered to take the tender if he takes off his mask, so he can identify just in case it happens to be a counterfeit, which is fair do. So let's do it. Lift down his mask for a second and be done. But as usual, frauditors don't see it as a thing that they want, and they continue to think it's unlawful and against the law, and he's so badly done by. I wonder if he's thinking about that when he's collecting his dole. I'm sure a dole office would love to know if he's making money off of his YouTube channel. They wouldn't take kindly upon it, especially in England these days.
Hi pal, you okay?
Yes, sir.
Number 8.
£20 shipment. Anything else?
No, just that.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
You can accept this one. It's a £20. Points £20.
No, you are not accept. You can give the post office or bank. Is not accept.
I'll move out the way so you can serve this customer.
Sure.
You can't accept it. It's legal tender though.
No, legal, but you are not sending any message or anything. The paper or news or anything. You are not filing.
You don't accept legal tender.
Yeah, you don't know anything about that.
I'll step out the way.
Not allowed that. Because we don't know anything.
You don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
The £20 coin is legal tender though.
But we don't know anything. You have to take off the mask, please.
I can't take off the mask, no. You can't ask me to do that.
That's not fine. You have to pay money.
I haven't got any other form of payment though.
I think I can smell shite. Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
One thing I should just mention is that when you fill up in the UK on the petrol pumps, it says before filling up, please make sure you have the means to pay for this. So that means it's up to him to check that he has a legal tender and the proper ways of paying before he fills up. So the onus is on him. It's clearly signed in 2 or 3 places, and on each individual pump, if I remember rightly. Sorry, mate. You're in the wrong.
It's just that.
It's not legal money. First time going wrong.
Legal money. It is legal money.
We don't know any information about that. We can't take that.
That £20 coin has the same legal tender status as like a £5 note.
Yeah, I know, but we don't know any about that.
If you know though, then you know it's legal tender, so you can take
You
it.
know, you can take because the company they're sending anything and all.
So you do know that it is legal tender.
Take this. You stay
Yep.
there. You can't take this. Sorry. You have to pay. You are not taking the mask. You have to remove.
I don't have to take the mask off. I don't need to.
This is not legal.
But you just said that it is legal. You're saying it's not legal, but before you said you know it is legal tender.
But we can't identify your face. You have to take off the mask first. Otherwise, we will call the police now. Panic button. We will press that's coming police. Then you can talk the police. We can't argue with you. Okay? This is not legal. Press the button first.
I'm wearing the mask because it's cold.
No, it's cold. You can't enter in the shop with mask. Legal. You know that one?
It's illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Where's the sign?
Sign is outside.
Oh my, sorry, it's too cold. I'm sorry, but I've been inside quite a number of these petrol stations and they're always toasty warm. And putting your mask down for a couple of seconds in a privately owned business, he can ask you to do what he wants if you want to remain in there. It's his rules, it's private. There's sweet FA you can do about it. He's offered you a way out. You have basically filled your car up with petrol, knowing, and I don't believe this was an accident, you knew because you were recording on the way out, you knew for a fact that there would be trouble taking this as legal tender. So it was your responsibility, your fault, and basically once you take your mask off, get your picture on CCTV and probably take a copy of your licence because you've taken £20 of fuel, or £20.10 of fuel, and you know, if you drive away with it, what recourse has he got afterwards? You can call the police and have you done for theft, but if you drive off that forecourt, you will be done for theft. It's as simple as that. Why can't these people get it through their thick skull? You know, trying to copy Americans, trying to get, you know, clicks, attention and whatever else. In the UK, we have different rules over here. And people are a lot less tolerant, even though they say the English people are very tolerant. For cranks and little knob jockeys like this, we have no patience.
Right. I won't be taking the mask off.
Okay. This one not taking allowed. If you want, we will call the police.
It's
the police is
BP.
coming. You can give the answer. Okay?
No need to call the police. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, because you are
really
not
is.
taking the mask. That's the problem.
I don't need.
This is not legal. We don't know. We don't know any information about that.
But you said it is legal. You admitted that. You do
It
know.
is legal, but
is,
not
yeah.
taking any radio station or any bank or anything.
I checked with BP before coming here. Don't call the police.
But you have to take off this one. We can tell the reason police because he is hiding the face.
Because it's cold.
Inside not cold, outside only cold. Okay, we are staying here without mask. Every customer is coming without mask. Why you are hiding
Because
your face?
it's part of my clothing. I don't need to take it off. I checked with BP before coming here.
Well, that's definitely shite.
Yes. Somehow I don't fucking think so, do you, Sunshine? You're telling me you rang up BP and asked them, right? When the actual shop part that they pay for it is owned by Lundis, and Lundis is a franchise, and as far as I know, Lundis can be owned by private people, same as at McDonald's. They all have autonomy. They get supplied with petrol by British Petroleum. But apart from that, I'm just about to go get some petrol. Mr. BP, will you take this £20 coin? Who are you trying to kid, mate, for fuck's sake?
I didn't.
Thank you.
Is that 999?
Charge me for pump 3. Or pump 1.
Don't 999 it.
Yeah. I'll pump 1, yeah, at the end.
Yes, sir.
Ish. It's only a couple of 10, 16 pence.
Or don't 999 it.
If I drive off.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's okay. Good, good.
Ready? Yeah, this one not accept. You have to send the Royal Mint. That one. This is not accept.
You don't send them to the Royal Mint.
No, we
You
can't.
don't do that.
We can't do it.
The Royal Mint is who gives you them.
Yeah, we can't do it. That's why police said we can't accept this one because that one only they're using the Royal Mail.
Well, the police can't give you civil advice.
Yeah,
So
you have to take the address and everything, but you have to send this one for the Royal Mint because not the legal. This one legal you can't use anyone.
It is
any
legal.
shop, the
It is
post
legal
office also
tender.
Not getting.
It is legal tender. It's the same legal tender status as a £10 note,
Post office
£5 note.
also not taking. Bank also not taking. They said.
They do.
Yeah.
They can.
No,
They can.
they don't do.
They can. I did check at BP before coming here that
No.
BP do take them.
We are working here. Nobody taking like this. First time I saw this one.
It might be the first time you've seen it, but it is legal tender. You can bank that coin.
No, this one not
You
taking
can.
anyone. You have to send only Royal Mail. You can just that one. You not can.
Royal Mint is who
Yeah,
issues the
Royal-
coins, so you don't send it to the Royal Mint.
This one not.
Right, anybody in this situation, what would you do? Let us know in the comments down below. Personally, you know, you'd ring up a relative, a friend or whatever and say, listen, can you do me a favour? Could you, I don't know, nip down to the petrol station, lend us, 20 quid, blah, blah, blah. Jobs are good and all done, settled. Take your mask off, let him copy your driving licence or form of photograph ID and come back with the correct tender that he will accept. But no, you decide not to do. You decide to argue the toss, make excuses up because you're a brain donor and you're willing to then try and get more clicks and views by saying you got arrested for trying to spend a £20 coin. More than likely, as we see through this video, I bet you are arrested for stealing or theft because you have £20 of fuel in your tank. Your car's got to stay there until it's been paid for, or until the owner is satisfied that you will return with the money or payment for the fuel. Now obviously this is not going to be his local petrol station because he doesn't want to have shite every time he goes in. So it's probably a petrol station a ways from his own home, which makes this even more of a spiteful move.
The Royal Mint issue them. They do. Yeah, like I said, I've checked with BP before giving you a visit here, and they do it. You do take them.
Nobody taking here this one.
So are the police coming?
Yeah, wait to
The police are coming.
yeah.
999.
Yeah, because you are hiding the face mask. If you remove it, okay, you can go. But you are not face hiding. No?
Well, I did ask your colleague whether he wanted me to stay inside or not, and he says stay inside.
Be cooler in outlying areas once again,
We could see some 40s in some places. Wow. 999 degrees tonight.
Not sign, but we can't identify this your face. Why you are wearing that one?
Because I want to.
Huh?
Because I want to, and it's cold.
Cold is outside only, here not cold.
Well, I want to.
It's up to you. If you take off this one, we can accept and then we'll take the registration and we can call the police, identify it. But you are not face taking, that way we'll call the police.
So you would take the coin if I take the mask off?
Yeah, because
Well,
you don't know the first. Then we can't identify.
But
The CCTV also not identify your face.
but CCTV doesn't have to identify myself to use legal tender. And you've said that you'll take it. You said you'll take it if I take my mask off. Yeah. Hang on.
You don't know, no?
But
Face.
but you've said that you'll take the coin if I take my mask off. Yeah.
Yeah, but
You will.
no, this coins
No.
you don't know. This coins are about the, we don't not taking from there. I asked the bank and post office, they said no.
But you said you'll take it if I take my mask off. Yeah.
Identify we need, but you don't have any ID or anything.
Hi sir, you okay?
Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah.
Good.
We've got a little issue, sorry. What's happened, sir?
I don't know. Ask them. No idea.
Take this coin, not legal.
What are they?
Yeah. Then you make this legal.
Have you paid for fuel, sir? Yeah. Have you put your fuel in?
I have. Yeah. And I've paid you.
Right. Has he just tried to pay with them?
Yeah, you want to, you are not paying, but you will not be paying.
Sorry, go on.
That is a replace.
So
What are they?
it's a £20 coin. There you
Never
go.
seen them in my life.
So it's from the Royal Mint, so the same place that all legal tender comes from. It's got the same legal tender status that any other money has.
Never seen one of these in my
Can I
life.
take your collar number, sorry?
Yeah, 3130. Sorry.
And you're from Middlesbrough Station, are you?
No, I'm from Stockton. Stockton Police Station.
I was asked the post office, they said they are not accept this one.
Yeah,
Send it,
I don't think they would either, to be honest with you. Have
you
you
say-
got any other means of payment at the minute?
I don't know. Can I ask why you didn't tell me before you started recording?
So when we go to any incident, our tour of duty and our police protocol is to video every incident we go to achieve the best evidence.
But you've got to notify the person at the first available opportunity.
No, we don't.
Well. Not only has the spacker got everything else wrong up to now, but he's got this wrong as well. He obviously hasn't got a clue about any of the UK law, even though I'm no expert. But I'll be honest, I have been in this position once before where I filled up fuel. I actually thought I had my wallet on me. Went to the desk, paid for it. I told the guy, listen, I haven't got the money to pay for it. I'm really sorry, I've left my wallet at home. He said, fair enough. He says, have you got your driving licence? I said, yeah, you can take a photocopy of my driving licence. Take my reg number. I'll be back in 20 minutes to pay for it. Is that alright? He said, yeah, fine. Went home. Then, 20 minutes later, well, about half an hour later, came back. Paid him. All good. Well, this guy seems to think it's alright to waste police time. Then presume that he knows that the police have got to do with this and got to do with that. Which he just explained to him. He's also got the legal tender status of the coin wrong, although it is considered legal tender, not the same as normal everyday tender. It's considered a collectible. That's why it's a special limited edition. And anybody who's got one of these coins should keep hold of it. This is what you do, you collect those coins. You don't get them to just spend. So he's got his finger up of his ass and he wants some action. Looks like he's going to get some sort of action and maybe get his car towed. So that, for not really wanting to take off his mask and identifying himself, and then causing a ruckus and causing all this, is probably going to cost him neon 500 quid if he has his car towed as well. So bravo, sunshine. Play stupid games and get stupid prizes. Sort it.
Don't.
You do?
Have you got that from somewhere? Have you read that up somewhere or?
Yes, your policy. Yeah.
Oh, at the minute, we're obviously videoing everything because we've been called to an incident. Immediate response where there's some ongoing issue with payment, whether it's a domestic...
999?
Well, that's what's coming as, yeah.
Well,
Well, we just didn't know what was happening. There was an altercation in the shop, so we've arrived on that instance.
but you've still got to tell someone at the first available opportunity that you're recording, and you didn't.
Well, we don't have to tell you. We turn our body cameras on 30 seconds before any incident. So these pre-record technically when we're in the vehicle.
But you do have to tell them before you start recording.
We don't. Are you going to give me your name?
I'm not, no.
Right, okay.
Because
Is there a
it's,
reason for that?
Because it's a civil matter, and it's not something that the police can get involved in.
To a degree, you're right. It is a civil matter. We can deal with it a different way, but obviously, ultimately, you haven't paid for your fuel.
I have.
But they're not accepting that money.
But that's up to them to accept it. If they
But
decline...
They've obviously run the post office and they've declined that. Ultimately, it's a civil issue, but if you're not willing to give us your details, then how do we know that you're going to resolve the civil issue at a later date? If you're happy to give us your details, then we can look at the civil issue at a later date.
But that's a
not
civil.
problem.
That's a civil issue. That's nothing for the
But
police
we
to get
don't know
involved
your
in.
details, do we? So you could technically escape from here and never come back and never deal with that issue. Then you'll be circulated as wanted for that, won't you, for making off without payment?
That's not a police issue at the minute.
It is.
It's
It
not.
is a police issue because you've not paid for fuel. So there's still an offence there of that you've not paid for your fuel.
But I
before
have paid.
leaving.
I've gave them.
But you've gave them this coin,
Yeah.
which ultimately they've spoke to the post office and they've decided that it's not a reasonable amount of payment for your fuel. So at the minute we're sort of hands are tied, agree with you on a certain instance of that, but we still need a solution today whether we take your details and we deal with it at a later date or we pay a different...
Is that for me as well?
I'm not too sure. Potentially, yeah, I'm not too sure.
Oh my god.
Could be a different job, but I don't actually know who that is, if I'm honest with you. It must be. I wasn't aware somebody else was travelling, so...
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Shall we move out the way?
If you want to,
If there's
want to move back here, that's not a problem, yeah, out the way.
Just so we're not interrupting people.
So you're going to give us your details
Have you came
then?
as well on blue lights?
Yeah. So basically, he's trying
Wow.
to pay with this. They've run the post office and said that it doesn't really exist, you can't pay with that. He obviously won't give us our details. I've explained to him to a degree it's a civil matter, however, if he does make off and he doesn't give us our details, we're struggling for any sort of civil issue at a later date. Any details and making off without payment, yeah. So I've explained if he does give us his details and we know where he is and we can contact him at a later date, hopefully this issue can get resolved. Now he's obviously not really wanting to do that at the minute.
Because it's a civil issue and it's nothing for the police can get involved
But
in.
you're still going to...
Oh dear. Well, in the UK we have a fairly stable and consistent educational system. So this guy has got no excuse to be so dumb. She's already explained to you fella, right? You make off with that without paying for your fuel. Because that's where it's going to stand at if you leave. You'll probably get charged with leaving the scene of a crime, theft, and probably some other charge that they can bring up, thus escalating it way beyond what it ever needed to be. But no, you know best. Same as you probably... I rang the police station. That'll come next, won't it? I rang the police station. They said you've got to inform them before you start recording. No, they don't. They're doing it because everybody else is fucking complaining that they don't do it. So they finally do it and you're complaining. Fucking hell, man. What a numpty, eh? I mean, let me know in the comments down below. What would you lot do? Would you lot escalate it to like this? Just to make a scene for a bit of attention? Because Mummy didn't pack your sandwiches this morning? Oh.
Make off, aren't you? Technically without payment, but if we can get your details...
But I have paid.
But you haven't...
And it is their policy to accept the £20 coin.
Have you?
Has
Has he paid?
policy? No, he hasn't.
Right. If you haven't paid, and if you walk out this door now,
They've
then
still
you're
got
li-
they've still got the money though.
Just
Pound
let,
there. Well, whatever
just
you
let
say
me
that is.
finish. If you
Yeah.
walk out that door now, you are liable for an arrest because we don't have your details.
But you don't need them.
Well, I do
Because it's a civil issue.
but it's not because a make off without payment is then a police matter. So if you walk out that
No,
door
it's
now,
not.
it is. If you walk out that door now, you'll be getting arrested for make off without payment.
But there is an agreement with
But
BP that
Is there
the
any other
coin
way?
can be
Is
used.
there any other way that you can pay? Because we're going to sit here for hours arguing. I've been quite respectful to you. I appreciate you have to a degree, and I appreciate that from yourself. You haven't been argumentative with me, and I appreciate that you've been a a normal human being.
No,
However, we need
I don't
a
intend to.
solution.
No.
No, I know you
If
appreciate
you
that.
can pay for the fuel now by other means, then that's fair enough. It'll be the end of the matter.
Or if you can give us your details and we can deal with it at a slower time, we can offer you that. But if you're not willing to do either any, then we're struggling with what we have left to do.
Because we can't let you walk out that door without paying. But
We don't know where you live, you might not even be from around here, I'm not saying you are, but you know what I mean, we have people where they'll make off and then they won't give us our details and then we're going to struggle. But we're still going to have that £20 of fuel, unfortunately, with this BP garage outstanding.
Which car is it?
But I have paid for the fuel.
But you haven't paid for the
haven't
fuel.
paid for
Which
fuel.
one?
Right, we're going round in circles, aren't we?
We are, unfortunately, yeah. But we're trying to...
But if BP have a process and a policy that they take the
So
coin,
where have you read this policy then? Tell me about that education side of what you know.
it's not up to me to educate you on
Well,
their
you're
policy.
telling me it's their policy, so I'm just asking,
Yeah.
what's your policy? You got a policy? If he's saying you've got a policy, is there a policy here?
He said he doesn't know about it, but I've checked with BP head office before
Right,
coming.
and who did you contact from BP head office?
But it's not,
Speak to a
it's not up
person
to me
or-
to tell you that. It's up to them.
Well, you either engage with us and we deal with it, because one minute you're saying it's a reason to pay with this, but then you're not backing yourself up with a reason as to what that is. You've said you contacted head office, appreciate that if that's what you've done.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
Sorry, I had to do that clip. Because basically, he's just wrong across the fucking board. Anyway, what answer you, Mrs. Police Officer? Because he has no answer, he's just bullshitting and trying to bullshit his way through this situation. And he'll start realising it and being so apologetic and finding ways probably when you're about to cart him off. As all bloody auditors do.
But we don't know which head office, when you've contacted them, what they've said, we don't know anything. So all I know, you could just be lying to me now.
But that's a civil issue. It's nothing to do with myself
But if you
or
make
you.
off without giving us any details, we've agreed, we've reasoned with you now, we've tried to say that if you give us your details, just tell you where they live, we'll deal with it slow time. However, you then leave, you don't have your details, you don't know where you live, you could live in London for all we know, and then there's still this making off without payment because they will not accept this as payment.
But I don't have to identify for a civil issue.
It technically isn't a civil issue though, is it, when you leave and you don't pay? You haven't paid for your fuel. We've got the payment here, which isn't acceptable. So really, you haven't paid at the minute.
Well, I have, because I've handed the coin over. So
Right.
I haven't got that in my possession, and I've contacted BP head office
Okay.
before coming here.
Right, and was that today then, or?
No,
So when was that then? So you've contacted BP head office before you've come in?
correct.
Right, so did you contact them today, or was it yesterday, or last week, or?
It's not up to me to say that. It's not up to the police
Well,
to
we've
do
give
it.
you options, haven't we? So we either work with an option. You are?
But it would be an unlawful arrest though, because it's a civil issue.
Hi Sarge, just Jessie free to speak. You right here. Just a quick one, just that the... Oh, you're not free to speak.
Can you tell me why you didn't warn me about your body camera as well?
I've told you already.
My body was on it.
But why didn't you tell me?
Basically saying we haven't told him.
Why didn't you tell me?
I don't need to tell you.
Swap.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
It's part of your policy, you do.
No, it's not.
At the first reasonable opportunity.
Go on.
Don't show me details like that.
Yeah, and is there a picture?
No.
Yeah, so would you mind just adding that vehicle to the job, please? The easy option is that you pay,
But I have paid.
but you haven't paid because that's not...
But if I've got a civil agreement with the company prior to coming, that's nothing to do with you.
I don't understand the civil agreement. Why would the... If it's not money...
Ah, what a mind-blowing fat cuck he is. So far, the police officers and the guys behind the counter have been more than generous with ways to pay and ways to settle this amicably. This guy thinks he knows best by, oh yeah, you should have announced it because I know the rules better than you do, even though that you were probably involved in making a decision to start recording 30 seconds before any incident. But I know best. No mate, you don't. And what she's doing is crime preventing. She's going to try and prevent a crime which will be done as soon as you leave that place in that car. You get in that car and drive off, they'll just chase you and arrest you and have you done for additional charges. Does that not go through your thick little skull? Really? I mean, doesn't it? I mean, what she's done now is the other lady has probably got your registration number and got the name and address of the vehicle owner. Now she wants your ID to prove that you are the owner of the vehicle. Or else whoever that vehicle's registered, if anything happens, they're going to get a load of crap as well. So if it's your wife's or whatever, you're going to drag them into it. All because need a little bit of love. God. And one further point is, you had a conversation with a BP, someone at a BP station you alleged to have, which I don't think you have because everybody thinks you're a liar because you're bullshitting your way through this whole situation. Right, let's say you did. You have no proof of this. You have no written confirmation. You have no recorded verbal confirmation. Just probably some guy at a desk saying, oh yeah, we take £20. And then probably that was it. They probably didn't even know what you were talking about. So without no proof, you certainly haven't got a contract or prior agreement. Because like I said, they're privately owned franchises. What a spanner.
It's not money.
But it is.
That's why I'm getting confused. How's it money?
Do you understand what the £20 coin is?
No, that's why I'm confused.
Well, why are you threatening me for arrest then, if you don't know?
Because it's not money.
It is.
Right. We'll agree to disagree. At the end
you don't know that. It is. It's
Right.
legal tender, the same as a £20 note and a £10 note.
Right, and who did you speak to from the BP garage, the manager?
It's a Royal Mint who issued that £20 coin.
Right. Okay.
So it's the same money as any other money. She has the packaging.
That's fine. I've
It's
seen
given
it,
by
but
the Royal
like
Mint.
I've said, I've never saw it before.
The Royal Mint make £20 notes, £10 notes.
Right, okay. But I'm not aware of it, and that's why we're having.
But then you're threatening me for arrest because you don't know. You can't do that.
Well, if you get someone on the phone to me who you've spoken to earlier, then we can kind of end the matter here, can't we?
But if it's a civil
you're not
issue, I
holding-
don't need
but
to
at the minute
assist you.
But at the minute we don't know it's a civil matter.
But I don't need to assist you in a civil issue.
But you do, because it then turns into a police matter because we don't know that coin.
But if
This
there's
is
a-
what I'm getting at.
but if
you're
there's a civil
running the risk
agreement-
of being arrested because you haven't given us the details, and you're going to walk out that door, and it's technically a failure to pay.
But then it'll be a
make up for
civil.
that payment.
But then I'll sue you.
Well, that's
So-
fine. If you want to sue us, that's
Un-
fine.
unlawful
But
arrest.
like I said, we've been honest with you in terms of which way we can go. The staff here have been very honest. Okay, and all I'm saying
Well, he
is if you
hasn't.
get the person on the phone who you spoke to earlier with the agreement, then that could be the end of the matter. But
you
as
know-
far as I do, then technically, if you walk out the door, it's going to be make up that payment.
He's already accepted to take it.
You haven't accepted to take it. No, hasn't accepted to take it.
He said.
Sorry, hasn't accepted to take it.
He said if I take me.
So
He said if I take my mask off, he would take it.
You are and you're right. At this moment in time, it's a civil issue. We know that. However, this isn't a means of payment. So once you walk out that door and you choose not to pay, then it becomes a criminal matter of making off without payment.
But he's
Which is
already
what- no,
accepted
we're
it.
not talking about that. We're talking about
messing around
what
here.
we've got.
It's ridiculous, really.
He said he would take
But
it
he's not.
if I
We're
take
not-
my mask off.
Right, no, that's not what we're saying. We're saying,
what he said.
Well, then
if
if
you
you can wear a mask all you want, it's COVID still, so we have no issue. We can
But
wear
he
a mask.
said he would take it if I take my mask off.
Right, well,
And I
that's-
don't need to
we
take my
weren't-
mask off.
Well, true, you don't need to take mask off, but we weren't here when that happened.
But he
so we
said
are
he would
witnesses to
take
that.
it.
It's going off a matter, we're going off a different matter now. You walk out that door, becomes a criminal matter, and you get arrested for make off without payment.
Oh, you give us your
You're-
details.
You're refusing to give us your details, and we don't know that vehicle is yours because you're not.
But I've told you
Is it urgent?
that he said he would take the coin
But he isn't out
if I take my mask off.
Right, well, I wasn't here for that, so we have no witnesses, unfortunately, other than other than you and him. Right now, I can't view that.
Body camera.
But right now, I can't view that. At the end of the day, you've come in, you've paid for, you've got your fuel, you've come in. This isn't a payable matter. Once you leave, we've offered you to give us your details and deal with it that way. For all I know, that vehicle could register somebody else and lived in London. And how are we ever going to trace you? That's my matter at the minute, because you're still refusing to give me details. You're refusing to tell me what head office said. You're refusing to tell me when you sort of rang them and what their policy is. When I've asked you.
There is one on them.
But I don't need to assist you.
Once you leave this situation, it is making off without payment. I can't be any more reasonable with you and give you some sort of options that we can go.
But I don't
with.
need to assist you. I don't need to assist the police in a civil matter.
It's a civil matter until you leave.
Oh Christ, this infection of auditing that has crossed the pond into our lovely little island is worse than I thought. This guy doesn't realise that he's not helping the officers. He will be helping himself by giving the evidence and giving the information they require that you say you possess. You have to prove that you had this conversation and prove what was said to you and what everything else was said. It has to be proven. Do you not get this through your tiny little skull, you little cock munch? What a fucking wazzock.
And you were choosing not to pay, so it comes into a criminal matter of making off without payment. If you
That's
want to know
why
what
I
it's called,
contacted.
it's like bilking. We call it bilking here.
That's why I contacted BP head office before coming. Are you listening?
I am listening, yes, but my sergeant's talking to me.
Well, tell him you're busy.
Yes, go ahead. One of my colleagues here, there's two of us.
I'm on the comms. Right, Linda, I'll get back to you.
You are sorry.
Right, okay, that's perfect. I'll let you know what happens. Cheers, my dear, thank you, bye-bye. Bye.
The reason I contacted BP before this is to stop this from happening.
Right, but it
I
has,
contacted them beforehand.
Right, but do you understand that it has happened, and now obviously we're kind of in a predicament that if you walk out that door then it is a bilking,
But
so
if-
you will be liable for an arrest because we don't know who you are, and that is not a matter of payment in our kind of eyes. That's all I'm saying to you.
Well, in your eyes,
you're not being reasonable like we're being reasonable to you. You haven't given us your name, we don't know who you are, and you're saying that you're going to walk out those doors without paying, so then you are liable for an arrest.
But I have paid them.
But you haven't paid.
With a legal tender.
But you haven't paid. We're going around in circles. You're just going to disagree with everything I say to you. So
Likewise.
at the minute, well, exactly. So that until we kind of clarify with our supervision what's going to happen, there's no point going around in circles, is there?
Well, there isn't, no.
Right.
But to stop the dishonest part is the reason why I contacted BP beforehand, so we didn't have this. So if you arrest me for a civil matter when they've already
It's not a
agreed to
civil-
take the money,
It's not a civil matter when you walk out that door.
but they've already agreed to take
We're going around in
it.
circles again,
They
aren't
have.
we? You're going around in circles. We're going around the same thing over and over. You're saying to me that it is a payment, and I'm saying to you it's not.
Well, I've got it on camera, but he
Right.
said that he would take it if I take my
But it
mask
doesn't
off.
matter. It doesn't matter.
And I
Don't
don't
be
have
relevant.
to take my mask
No,
off.
you don't. I'm not saying you have to take
But
your
he
mask
said
off,
he
but
would
I'm
take
not
it.
talking about that topic. I'm talking about that if you walk out that door now, then it's a fail to pay to bilking.
But I've offered to pay.
But you haven't,
Because-
because it's not a means of payment.
Are you not listening?
I know you've spoke to BP Garage, but you're not willing to give
Yeah.
me those details to ring them myself.
But I don't need to.
Well, then fair enough. We're going round in circles. Yes, anything further? If we ring the person who we spoke to earlier,
He's already said
Right.
he would take
can
it
you just pop over here for a second?
if I take my mask off.
Right.
And I've got it on camera.
That's fine. I don't. To be
Ask
fair,
him.
I'm not particularly bothered what he said to you about taking.
You don't get it, do you, pal? He can refuse at any point of the transaction he wishes. And no matter what you say, you focusing on this one point, thinking it's your get out of jail free card, is not gonna fucking work. It's as simple as that. And you're telling me a guy with a YouTube channel, smartphone, so you probably got Google and Google Pay. You can't pay with Google Pay? You don't have any cards on you? You don't have anybody you can ring? You're talking utter bollocks, mate. Cheesy, sweaty sheep bollocks. Do us all a favour, get a job, grow the fuck up, and get a fucking grip.
Your mask off. What I'm bothered you
Well, that's
about
really
is
important.
is
That's
sorting
really
this
important.
matter out.
That's really important.
Have you got the manager of the BP Garage that he's possibly spoken to on the phone earlier?
It's head office.
The head office. The what, sorry? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
The head office not informed of that point. So I asked the post office, but they are not accepting this point.
Right, he's already spoken to the boss and they're not accepting the
Because
coin.
this one, not illegal. Only the Royal Mint, they can use it.
The Royal Mint.
No,
Right, okay.
the
so
Royal Mint issue the coin, they don't take the money.
Not taking the legal.
The Royal Mint make the money. Royal Mint don't take it.
Not announcing anything about that.
I understand.
But you said that you would take it.
It's not a Royal Mint. If it's a Royal Mint, they can accept it, but it's not a Royal Mint.
It is Royal Mint.
Yeah, Royal Mint only good.
It is Royal Mint. Look at the packaging. It was issued by the Royal Mint.
If the government also not announce that one. Legal money.
It is from the Royal Mint. But can you correct her? You said it's not from the Royal Mint and it is. But you said you would take it. If I take my mask off.
No,
You did.
not take it, the money. You have to take mask off because
Technically they do, because everyone that comes in here needs to have their face
face
clear for cameras, and that is true.
But you did say you would take it if I take my mask off.
Take off the mask because we can't identify it. I asked
Yeah.
ID.
Yeah, but I don't need to
There you
identify.
go, you don't have ID, you've got no, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't need
He's
to
well
identify
within
to
his
him.
right. He is well within his right to say we're not taking payment because they don't have any ID from you. They can't see your face. So even if you were to leg out, how would we ever be able to identify you?
But I don't need to identify myself to use legal tender.
No, but when you walk out that door and you refuse to pay, then it becomes a matter because you're willing to give us your name.
But I
There's
have-
other, no.
I
There's
have
other
paid.
there's other ways we can go about this. If you give us your name, you can be interviewed as a voluntary tender. If you were to walk out that door, that's what I'm saying to you is, if you provide us with your details, this can go a different way. If you walk out that door without giving us your name, then it's a criminal matter because you haven't given us your details and it's technically a bilking.
But I've got a civil agreement.
But it's right. I'm not going around in
Which I
circles.
can-
I'm sorry, but I'm not going around in circles talking about the
Right.
civil agreement.
Well,
Right,
I'm not
this
either.
is the ultimatum. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to tell him now. So, if you're happy to give the staff, not us, give the staff your details, then yes, it is a civil issue. If you're happy to give them your details right now, name, contact number, that's a civil issue. However, if you choose not to, you choose to leave here, you are committing a criminal offence of making off without payment, which you can be arrested for.
Even if I've got a prior
We're not
agreement
gonna
to
go
use
on-
it.
We're not going to go on all the time because I've asked you about head office. You've refused to give me that. You've refused to give me your name. You're just being plain, blatant awkward.
No,
Gave
I'm
me
not.
two
You are.
options.
I'm
You've
not.
been very
You
awkward.
are. We're not stupid. You've got a camera on. We're not silly.
I don't need to identify myself
I
for
didn't
a
say you
civil
did.
issue.
You can keep your mask on all you want.
Don't-
I don't care.
You're not
doesn't matter.
listening to a word we're saying here.
But are you offering to give
Because
the
you're
staff,
wrong.
not myself, not my colleague, the staff your name and contact number?
No.
Right. So we have one option, but two will lock you up then.
Well, I've got a civil agreement in the
No,
background.
Fine, you
we're
can
not-
So-
prove that
you
at
can
court.
prove-
I've
You
got
prove
that.
that at court.
That's
then.
fine. You can prove that
Yeah.
at court.
We'll get the staff's details now and we'll go from there then. I gave you plenty of chances.
It's going to be an unlawful arrest.
It's not going to be a lawful arrest.
It is. It is.
Fine. That's fine.
Because I can prove that it's not being dishonest. If I was being dishonest,
Why don't you just prove now rather than being awkward?
if I was being dishonest,
Because we're
why
being
would I
honest
have
with you.
contacted head office before coming
what,
here?
What have head office said then?
They said they would take the coin.
And what time did you ring them? Who did you ring them?
Tried. Wouldn't give us the details.
I've got it in writing.
Where is it then? Why wouldn't you bring it to the store?
But I
Knowing
don't-
that
I
this
don't-
was going to be the issue. Knowing this would be
You
the
seem very
issue.
educated.
But I don't
so
need
it's
to.
free, So why
Right,
would you bring
okay,
the
well,
paper?
that's fine. There's
We're
be
going to
one
want
way
to see
this
that,
will
aren't
go.
we?
I'm very educated.
Yeah.
I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially on your body worn footage that you didn't tell me about. Professional standards for you two. Education on your body worn footage. But it's always going to be a civil issue if I've got something in the background and I've told you that exists. It'll be a misconduct case as well, potentially. And I've got it on camera that he said he would take the coin if I take my mask off.
Well, we can take your camera as evidence then and we'll get it downloaded. We'll do that.
You can?
We will.
So you're saying that if I don't provide evidence of that agreement,
I'm not saying I'm not. You haven't.
You
listened.
will arrest
you
me.
see what I'm saying? You clearly have not listened to a word that I've said, because that's not at any point have I said that. What I've said to you is failure to provide your details and then you walk out that door will be classed as a criminal matter, because technically in our books you failed to provide your details and you failed to make a payment. Whether that civil coin is something that you've agreed with the head office or not. What I'm telling you now is it becomes a criminal matter when you, one, don't provide us your details, so it could be dealt with by a different means, i.e. voluntary tender, and then you walk out that door and fail to pay. So if you're refusing to pay and refusing to give us your details, then it is a criminal matter.
but it's not.
I'm not repeating myself, I'm not going round and round the same story. We're going over and over the same things, aren't we?
And we'll do that in interview as well.
That's fine.
So am I being detained at the minute? Am I being detained?
Not at this precise minute in time, no. Jess, do that in a bit. I've got your number. I'll ring you then. Right, hold on. Do you want to move your... Thank you. One last chance. I'm going to give... You don't have to give me your details, just give the staff your name and contact number, that's all you need to do.
I don't need to do that.
Okay. So you're refusing to do
for
that?
a civil issue, I don't. I don't.
Right, well this moment in time, you're currently under arrest for making off without payment. You don't have to say anything,
but I haven't made off.
We don't mention one question to the little line. Or anything you do is a negative evidence.
But I haven't made off though.
For your arrest is from the investigation. Okay?
But I haven't made off.
You're in precaution as well.
And you, the fact you failed to provide details.
But I haven't made off.
Failed to provide details, yeah.
But I haven't made off.
Right, are we going to go calmly? Are we going to go quietly?
We would go calmly all the time.
Okay, well, do you want to walk with us then?
Of course.
Thank you. Don't need to handcuff you because you're being fine with us, so. Actually, where's my vehicle? There. Just come with me, sir, please. Have you got anything in your pockets that's going to harm me or you? Just take them out. It's just a question we ask everybody.
Can we just take your camera off as well, please?
Hang on. We're absolute jokers. Taken to Middlesbrough police station, arrested for trying to use a £20.
Well, I spy with my little eye something beginning with stupid. He played a stupid game and he won the top prize. Now, he wasn't arrested for trying to use the £20 coin, he was arrested for basically attempting to threaten to break the law, to commit a crime, to walk off and not pay for his fucking fuel, even though he insisted he did. The Royal Mint coin is considered, like I said, as a novelty, as a gift, as a collectible, not as normal legal tender, although it is legal tender. The merchant has every right to refuse, and it is up to him, with all the signage and signs and warnings, that he has to have the correct ways and the means to pay for his fuel. He didn't decide to be an arsehole, decide to lie about everything. One lie turned into another one. I spoke to BP. I have the writings, but I don't have them with me. Oh, and I can't give you the name or time when I did it, because I don't have to help myself. And then at the end he complains. How stupid of a twat can he really be? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great Christmas. Enjoy. Put on some extra pounds with your dinner. And then sit down, pig out and watch some films. And my voice is going again. Anyway, take care now. Remember, get a grip.